Okay, and welcome to part 3. We're going to look at one of the, probably the most famous Echo unit. This is an EchoPlex. This is a later model, probably from the 70s. The earliest ones were all tube. This one was solid state, so arguably you could say this isn't the original really cool EchoPlex, but it is completely and totally analog, and this was a tape-based system. There were a lot of tape-based systems later in time. All through the 80s, Roland made one called the Space Echo, I believe, which combined both the tape technology and the spring technology, which my favorite way to record is with both a spring and a tape. And this is actually on, and you can see the tape cartridge. The wheels are turning, and it's running a loop of tape that's not that long, maybe a minute. Used to put up to 3 minutes of tape in these, but they tend to like to eat tapes, and tapes are very hard to come by. So we take it easy when we rewind our tapes, put just a little bit on and go with it. Basically, there are 3 heads on this. The first one is a erase head that makes the tape blank. The tape comes across this head, which is movable, and when we move this head, that creates where it is recorded, where the signal is recorded, and then the unit is played back on this third head over here. And you can also tell it how many times, essentially how much signal you want to put from this head back into this head to create multiple repeats, and the distance between the 2 heads will give you the length of your delay. They sort of have a little number chart down here, but it's not like accurate in milliseconds per se. The other thing that this could be argued as was one of the first looping devices, because you can take your loop of tape and not erase it. There's a flip switch over here for the sound on sound. You can actually turn off the erase head and play additional layered songs. So you can play, one part of the song and then play another on top of it and build yourself a fun little loop. Again, there's no way to precisely start and stop it, so it was a little bit inconvenient, but it was fun. This technology was originally used with Les Paul and overdubbing and that type of stuff, and he used to use 2 reel-to-reels and has developed the Sun Record sound, and I think immediately after I hook this up, you will recognize the sound. My favorite is a short delay set this right around 6, set the repeats to 1, and have the repeat, just one solid repeat, nice and loud, and I think you'll recognize the sound immediately. Okay, so we've got the EchoPlex hooked up. That's kind of the dry sound there. And we turn the EchoPlex on, you can hear the tape hiss, and I have it set to pretty much one single repeat. There's maybe 1.5 repeats on there, but I always coin this as kind of the Sun Record sound. So. Then, of course, you do have the ability to set the delay time a lot longer and add more repeats for some more unique things. I'm going to play each of these chords once, and you can hear the EchoPlex doing all the repeats for me. So that is pretty much how an EchoPlex works. One of the other goofy things you can do to it is if you put the number of repeats up too high, it'll actually do what we call oscillating, where essentially it'll sort of go out of control. And just basically progressively get louder into a distorted mess. And that was, you may have heard that on a few recordings. Some guys did that. And you can actually, just like anything else, if you turn the echo knob all the way up, you can actually get your original note to almost disappear, and it will play just the echoes. So really, really fun, completely, totally analog technologies. check them out. The EchoPlex units obviously have not been manufactured for a number of years. Full Tone is making a updated version of a tape echo. They call theirs Tube Tape Echo. There's a few other ones you might find. If you could find an old Roland Space Echo or an old EchoPlex, get them fixed up. They're very valuable. They're a heck of a lot of fun, and it's really hard to say that anything sounds quite like it. Actually, when I was playing before, I think you guys probably heard where my tape splice went through, and it made kind of a funny little wow sound. That's been known to happen. Sometimes they get a little bit wonky. They give a little bit of a chorus effect, but that's all the fun of the old analog units. They sound a little imperfect, just like our playing, just like just like anything else. And there's just nothing better than slight imperfections that just make everything cool. So thanks for watching my series of videos, and you guys have a wonderful time. Feel free to email me with any questions you have.